Crap, I hope I turned the right mic on.
Probably not. I have to refresh because you fucked it up.
I'm live, you know.
Oh. There you are. Okay, I'm live too now. Maybe. What the hell? Did you
Yeah, you're live, all right.
Better.
Yeah, it's working. Turn that down. I'll get feedback.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, I got one. Welcome to Shape. That's you.
Thank you. I like being welcome.
My mouse just puked. Nothing edited.
Nothing edited.
Thanks, Carol. Carol's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it on my phone so I can read it.
Oh, okay. Hi, Carol. Raise my chair up. That's a little better. I don't have the. I know it's a little dark. I don't have that big light on because it throws out way too much heat. So. Yeah, well, I feel okay. I mean, I just, I got wet lasagna noodles for limbs over here on my right side. Hey, Monkey. Monkey's over here beside me. She's in her nightgown, so she's going to stay over that way.
Bruno.
But I mean, I feel all right. There's no pain. Everybody, asks, are you in pain? What's hurting? Well, nothing because I went numb. So a stroke, there is no pain. But I'm finally home. So, yeah, they kicked me out. The nurses on all the shifts signed their names to a little card for me. So that was nice. I couldn't ask for a better team of staff, in a hospital. They are amazing there.
Well, nurses.
Yeah, nurses and CNAs, and they were all great.
Doctors.
I didn't say the doctors. I said the staff. Well, yeah. Bruno is great. We come in and I let him out of the other room, we put the baby gates across, and he went and hopped up on mommy. He come over and he's like hopping on me, but he couldn't really see me because it was dark in here. So she went to the bathroom and I flipped the hallway light on, and as soon as he seen it was me, he jumped up and I picked him up, and he was shaking and crying and licking me, and so he's really glad to see me. So I'm glad to be home, but I just I got home about 4:30.
Yeah.
So we get home and so sit down for a minute, and so we're going to go let's just go ahead and get the meds now. I'm like, okay, let's go. So we go out, get in her mom and dad's truck, won't start. So I got a battery out of the garage in the jumpers, got the truck started, went up to get my meds. That's another video in itself. Anyway, they want a bunch of money for it. We're getting that straightened out. But so anyway, that I didn't get my meds. I did get the baby aspirin. And so we come back home, and my niece and nephew, I call him my nephew, but it's my niece's husband. So I mean, he'll always be my nephew. Kids are great. So they're almost an hour away. They're trying to get our truck running for me. So they're going to pull the alternator off, take it in, exchange it, put the alternator on. Well, they was having trouble with one bolt. Well, first they couldn't find it. They couldn't find the truck. Well, turns out Monkey, with her dyslexia thing, told them that it was on the right from where they were coming from, and it turned out to be on the left. So they find the truck. So we come in the house, And oh, DCA, what's up, man? Hey, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. And so finally they find the truck. All right. So no biggie. So we had stopped at McDonald's and got something to eat. So we come in, we're getting something to eat, and they call the bottom bolt. They can't get the bottom bolt out. I said, well, just turn it and pull it out, you know. And Brian's a big boy. He can't get down in there. So my niece, bless her heart's under the truck trying to get this bolt out. And I said, is there a nut on the back of that bolt? Brian goes, yeah, does it have to come off? I said, only if you want the fucking bolt to come out. I was like, you know, sit tight. I'm on my way. They're like, no, we can get out. I said, just sit tight. So I go out to get in the damn truck. Truck wouldn't start again. So I had to pull the battery back out of the garage again, put the jumpers on, jump start her mom and dad's truck. Come to find out, somebody's got it all rigged up. It's wired all wrong. The battery terminals won't tighten up. So we get it started and we pull out. We're on the road 5 minutes and they're calling me again. Okay, we got that bolt out. We got the big wire off, but the little plug, we can't get the plug off. I said, look, squeeze that tab and pull it out. I tried that. I can't get it. I said, look, I'm on my way. I'll be there. So we talked for chit chat. I said, I'll be there shortly. So we get there. And I think I said something about, you know, hang tight and a crippled man will show you how to do that or something. So we get there and sure enough, I walked over, pulled it right out, right? You son of a bitch. Bless her heart. She wanted to put the new one back in. Look, no, I'm here. I'll do it. So ended up having to put an alternator on. So, but they tried so hard and they drove, you know, 40 minutes from their house to get there. And then they followed us home to bring our truck home because we was in her mom and dad's truck. My niece drove our truck and Brian drove their truck like a parade. So that was, you know, almost 40 minutes to get back here. And then they still got an hour drive to get from here to go home, and they both have to work in the morning. So that's great. Awesome family. I've got a great family, you know, and friends, and it's great.
Yeah, it is.
What?
Great to have people help you.
It is. Well, they didn't just help me; they were helping you too. Because her truck. What happened Monday? Is that when it happened?
No.
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
First of the week sometime, right, is when this happened. And so she talks to the owner of this building, and I think I'd mentioned it. But anyway, he said, yeah, look, you can leave the truck here as long as you want. We just got to move it out of the way so the semis, you know, don't hit it. So they pushed it out of the way for her and never said a word. And it sat there all week, you know, until tonight. They never said a word. So when we go past there, you know, we're going to stop and, you know, give him a card or something. That was very nice because she explained to him what was going on. He was like, look, ma'am, no problem. Let's just move you over here out of the way so your truck will be safe. And they kept it safe there, didn't they?
Yeah.
So I'm back home. So when I first jump starting her dad's truck, she said, I'm like, you know, I'm cussing this Ford like you would not believe. And she said, well, honey, you said you couldn't wait to get out and play with your tools. I'm like, I thought I would have at night first, you know. I was planning this shit tomorrow, not tonight. So anyway, but yeah, that's awesome. They did that. So that turned out good. I happen to have a brand new alternator for that truck. Now, the one that's on there, we just put on a couple months ago. It's lifetime warranty. I'll tell you how I ended up with two brand new alternators. Well, when we put the alternator that just went bad, when we put that on there, we had to buy it. I ordered one online, but it didn't come in time. It finally just went out, and I had no choice. I had to get an alternator. So I bought that alternator, put it on, and the next day, the one I was waiting on that I bought online, it came in the next day.
Yeah.
So I still had it. So I got it on eBay for sale, but now I have to sell it as a used one because, you know, it was getting late. So by the time, you know, we would have took that into town, got another one if they had it, because, you know, sometimes they don't have that shit. So I said, all right, look, I got this alternator. We'll just throw it on there, get it home, and I'll take the other one back tomorrow and shove it up their ass. And it just pisses me off. $100 is $100. I know it ain't much for an alternator anymore, but damn, $100, it should last more than 2 months, 3 months, whatever. So that pissed me off. So now I got to sell, even though it's only been run for less than an hour, I still have to sell it as used because it's actually bolted on the truck and used. So, that's just, I'm not going to cheat somebody. Or I might pull the son of a bitch off and just keep it as a backup again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already paid for. Yeah, it's not. Okay, then what? Okay, we'll leave it on there. So let Advance screw me like that.
No.
If I leave the one that... So you're just saying let Advance take advantage of me like that?
Take the old one to Advance, what you're going to do, and then when you get that one, just keep it as a backup.
Anyway, Advance ain't... They're not going to screw me like that. I've never had a problem with Advance until this one here. This one here has always gave me fucking problems. I don't know. It's bullshit, and I hate that. But I promised you guys I would go live or let you know anyway when I got out. I did get out. They didn't put the loop recorder in. I told you about it. Yeah, I told them about they couldn't do the surgery.
Yep.
So they wanted to put a loop recorder in. They was going to make me stay until Monday because I was told by another doctor that the doctor that does the loop recorder is out of town. Well, he come in to see me this morning. He said, yeah, I can put it in for you today if you want. Okay, let's do that. And somehow or another, they don't want to do that. So they just want to put me on medication and hope for the best. So, I don't know. But anyway, I'm home. That's the main thing. I'm still a little numb. I keep dropping shit. But I'll get used to that. At least I'm still functional. I can still do things, Yeah. Did you see what Chris wrote? I'm a movie star. I'm on TV. Yeah. Yeah, cool, Chris. O'Reilly's. I've had bad experiences with O'Reilly's in Ohio. And so I one time we bought a set of headlights there for the truck. Stuff like that I'll buy. And then, like I said, Advance wanted to charge me $30 for that damn filter, the filter kit that's not the fluid, the filter and gasket kit for the truck, for the transmission. I went to O'Reilly's and I got everything for, what was it? $17.
Yeah, it was cheap.
Yeah, $17. It was $15 with tax, $15.99 with tax, so less than $20. So they were over double. Well, it was $39.99 at Advance. So it was less. They more than doubled that price. I was pissed off. I went somewhere else and I got the fluid for it, but anyway, it's just one thing after another. And my niece is laughing, and I don't know, she's still laughing. Oh Lord. Oh, and then we go, right? And I'm like, how close are we? She's like 10 minutes. Well, 10 minutes, 10 months, she don't know. Her time thing is like a dog. They don't really, So anyway, I know we're getting close. I'm like, we should be getting close. And I see her, we're going down the road, and I see her going like this. And I'm like, what are you looking at? She goes, oh, we got to turn around. I think I just passed it. And I'm like, are you serious? Well, I didn't know if it was my truck or not. And I'm like, okay. There's a gold colored Suburban there. There's a silver Toyota with the hood up, huh?
I went past it and I realized, oh my God, I went past it.
Yeah, you did say I didn't. When we pulled in, you said I didn't know if it was my truck. And I said, you want to tell a story? That's exactly what you said. I said, well, how did you not know? You said, I didn't know for sure if it was my truck. And I said, well, there's two vehicles in this parking lot. A gold Suburban. You don't remember that? A gold Suburban with a silver Toyota with the hood up and two people standing there. Anyway, that's what happened, okay? My arm's probably not right, but my mind is okay. So anyway, the first thing I open up the door, Brian comes over. I got one question for you. If you're coming from where you live, why did you come from this way? I said, because we went past you and had to turn around. We drove right past her damn truck because I didn't know where it was either, you know? Oh, man. So it's been a day. It's been a day. Doctors, they didn't... Not one doctor knew what the other doctor was doing. I have 2 or 3 different doctors come in. Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm like, no, we're not. You know, it was like when he come in to discharge me yesterday. I was like, well, I'm supposed to be here till Monday. What? Yeah, Monday. What? You know, then they started coming in asking me, okay, so what are we doing next, didn't they? Because they didn't know. So I'm like, I was just like, when they come in and said, well, we're going to let you go. I got your discharge pay. Good. Let me go. I'm out of here, you know, which I could have left at any time, but, you know, I was patient. I was patient all week, but my patients were wearing thin, you know what I mean? And it's like, come on, guys, you know, 6 doctors and not a one of them knew what the other one was doing or saying. Oh, Nancy's on. Hi, Nancy. Nancy's on, huh? Hello?
Hi, Nancy. Hi, Bruno. What you doing?
Thank you, Nancy. You spelled Nancy and N-S-N-C-Y.
I hit the wrong letter. Sorry, Nancy.
So I just wanted to let you guys know I'm back, and you know, so far I'm okay. Just it's touch and go. I mean, right now it's just, you know, they flat told me, you know, you got five times more chance of having a stroke than when you came in here. You know, okay, great. So we gotta get the rest of my meds and tomorrow, and now every little nick I get, I'm bleeding profusely. Huh?
Yeah, from the
Blood thinners. And I'm always bumping my head or cutting myself. Man, I'll bleed to death before another stroke gets me. Yeah, I mean, damn.
You already got 2 sores on you, one on the side of your head and one on your arm.
Mm-hmm.
God did today, both of them. I'm like, what the heck? Just keep you
Crazy.
in the hospital bed. You're not safe to
I ain't staying in the hospital bed. Look, here's the thing. If I'm gonna die, I don't want to die in a hospital around a bunch of strangers, you know. I want to die beside her, Bruno, and the cat, and all my little stuff. Right? And then that way she can just throw me out in the backyard where it's nice and pretty. Beside her mom's dog, and everything's good. We'll be good.
Yeah, and I'll have fires out there.
Lawnmower man, hi buddy. Yeah, I'm home, buddy. Yeah, made it back. But yeah, so you know, so now I'm just going to kind of kick it tomorrow. I think I'm going to have a little yard sale maybe. Monkey said, "I'll help you," didn't you? I said, "All right." Well, I want to straighten her dad's truck out. I know it's no big deal. It's just, you know, people mess with stuff and they shouldn't. And so before we take it back to them, you know, I don't, you know, I don't want them having problems with it. So. Yeah, I know. I'll rest tomorrow. I'll relax and sell some stuff and kind of kick it, get her dad's truck fixed, and oh, don't be sad, Nancy. You're supposed to laugh. It's funny. I'm here. See, I'm here. Don't be sad. Huh? So, it's just still got a little limp. It's not because my leg hurts. It's just you know how like when your foot goes to sleep and you're trying to walk on it. That's kind of what it feels like, Yeah, same way like with my arm. I can move and stuff, but it's like real tingly. I can't like putting that alternator on. I kept dropping bolts and stuff because I can't feel how tight I'm holding them and stuff. But it's all good. It's all good, man. It'll work out. I'll get used to that. I like the doctor say, may go away in a couple months. It may not ever go away. But I said, Doc, I'm good with that because, some people will have, a mini stroke and lose all functionality of an arm or leg or an eye or something. So, I'm very lucky and, I'm glad that, I can still do that. So I'm not complaining. I'm just, but you got to joke about it, or you will get sad and you get depressed and, but I count my blessings because I'm better off than a lot of people when they have a stroke, especially as many as I have. Now, I knew something that I wasn't going to tell her about, but that doctor, was it yesterday or today, come in and open his damn mouth? Today. And he was like, well, yeah, you've had over 100 strokes. She was like, what? You didn't tell me that. You told me 15. Yeah, well, it turns out I've had strokes. Yeah, I told you multiple.
More than 100.
Yeah, but he come in and said the real number. He said you've had well over 100 strokes in the past year.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell her that because I didn't want her worrying about it. And I was like,
no, man's asking you a question, man. Did you get the procedure for the hole in your heart?
No, they couldn't do it because of the way, because where the hole is, where they can patch it, but there's also a wrinkle there. So if they put a patch on it and, my heart's beating and stuff, what's going to happen is going to end up, because it won't seal right, it'll end up ripping. And then they would have to do open heart surgery if I got there in time. So he didn't want to do that. So I'm like, okay, that's good. Let's go to plan B. Now we don't even know what plan B is. So I got to go see what is it?
Cardiologist.
Yeah, a gynecologist, or fuck me.
Gynecologist?
A cardiologist.
Hey girl, let's take it to a gynecologist.
And so, but yeah. So anyway, I'm back, and so I've got videos coming. Videos are going to be coming, man. That I can still do.
She's laughing her ass off, girl.
Yeah. The ACA said yard sale. Woo! Yeah, just a couple things, I want to put out and sell and just kind of take it easy tomorrow if I can, if something else don't break. If it does, I'll just fix it. It's no big deal.
They felt bad that you had to come.
Yeah, they felt so bad. I was like, I thank you guys so much for helping. She was like, well, we didn't really do nothing, but we tried. And I said, that's the main thing. You tried, man. They used their gas and, the time. And they worked today and went out there right after work, and they got to work tomorrow. And, they got us home,
They get up and go to work at 5 in the morning.
Because there wasn't no way I could have drove that truck home in this shape.
No.
If we went there by ourselves. So, it would have still been sitting there, even being fixed. So, because I can't, I was informed I'm not allowed to ride the lawnmower yet.
No, not for a while. I'll have to cut the grass, I guess. No.
I can cut the grass.
Nope.
Come on, the thing runs like 2 miles an hour. If I fall off of it, it'll stop.
When it cools down and you're not sweating. It's too hot right now.
It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Trust me. But yeah, so, and see the loop recorder, by the way, it doesn't fix anything. What it does is it keeps track of how many strokes you're having, when you're having them, so that way you can tell what you were doing when you had it, and so you can kind of like avoid that situation. You know what I mean? Which I would have liked to had that and had that for my own information. Then I could know, okay, well, I can't lift this, or something like that, and or am I having them mostly in my sleep? And but so I mean that's no big deal. I just kind of want to know for my own information, But
Yeah, I'm not gonna let him do any heavy work. He shouldn't even have been out
okay, I
there
will.
fixing the truck today.
I know, but somebody had to do it. I mean, it has to be done. It has to be done. When you don't have the money for a tow truck, you don't have the money to hire somebody. You got to do what you got to do, and I did it. I mean, my job is to keep her safe, and take care of stuff like that. And as long as I'm breathing and walking, even with a limp, I'm going to do what I can, and I did it. So, but yeah, I'll take it easy, Nancy. It's but I had to get it done. I got it done. Took a little longer than last time, but
Yeah, he definitely won't be working again. I'll have to get some disability
I'm going to work.
around here, and you can maybe do the liquidation thing that we talked about.
Yeah, I know.
But heavy work and working at where he was working at is out of the question. He can't do it anymore. He's done.
That was a fun job, though. I loved that job. To take, 20-foot sections of raw steel and build something, that factories couldn't do, that, fabricators said they couldn't do, and they bring it to me, I can do it, and I did it, and now I can't do it. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. I'm still here, though. That's the main thing.
You're still here, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. We was talking earlier. Monkey brought up a good point. She said, as we was talking about her truck and me, and she said, I'm just not sure who's going to outlive who, if you're going to outlive the truck or if the truck's going to outlive you. And I said, well, the way it's going, I think the truck's going to beat me. That damn thing keeps on going, jeez. But I keep her going. Poor truck. That's why she's like, when we get the money, I want to trade it in. I don't want, no. Can't get rid of. That's like getting rid of an old friend, man. Truck's done her so good.
That's the best vehicle I've ever had, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The mileage wise.
I mean, I've been with you in it for almost 300,000.
Yeah.
So that's it's been a hell of a truck. There's no rust on it anywhere. Of course, Florida truck, but it's got a few dings and dents, but man, it gives it character. That damn thing just keeps going. So what? You got to put an alternator on it. That's just going to happen, because the first one that went out was a Toyota alternator.
Yeah.
It was on there since it was new. So then we go buy a brand new one. It don't last 3 fucking months.
Right.
That's crazy shit. You know what I mean?
He said Toyota is not a Nissan, but it's okay. What?
Uh-oh.
Screw the Nissan.
Uh-oh, lawnmower man. He's in trouble now. He's in trouble now. Does he?
Yeah, he likes it.
I don't like any of them. I like Chevy.
I had a Nissan.
I had a Nissan.
Motor blew up in it.
I had a Nissan pickup truck. It was it was a 4-cylinder, but it was the 16 valve, and it had the Hemi style head where the spark plugs go right. I bought that thing for $50, man, and I ran that thing for 6 months. It was a 5-speed, and it only ran on 3 cylinders because it had a cracked head. But I run that thing for 6 months back and forth to work, hard miles, man, and ended up. A buddy of mine, I'll never forget, it was almost Christmas, and this thing had new tires on it and stuff that I didn't put on it, but this guy happened to get a good deal on it. Well, he said, what do you want for that truck? I said, I don't know. What do you give me for it? He said, I'll give you $200 for it. I just need the tires. I said, it's yours. I said, I gave $50 for it. He said, I don't care. Because I had $400 worth of tires on it. I said, I'll take $200 for it. So he bought the whole damn truck. So he took them tires off, put them on his truck, took tires off his truck, put on that one. He ended up selling that truck for $200 because the guy needed the transmission for it. Yeah. So he got the tires for nothing. I made some money. And another guy was happy because, the transmission was $500 for it. Right. So he got a deal. So that truck, that little Nissan was just you know, it was helping everybody out. Yeah, it was cool though. It had racing stickers on it. It was painted in hot rod black. You know, it looked like a black primer.
Yeah.
A little more sheen on it. Yeah, it was a little 5-speed. Had straight pipes on it. Yeah, a 4-cylinder had a split manifold. So from true 2 cylinders for each exhaust. And that thing sounded like a giant bumblebee coming at you, man. It was cool. I wish they would have ran them up the back for stacks, but they didn't. They ran them straight up the back to the bumper, but it sounded good. Yeah, that thing was awesome. It still had some power though, man. I mean, it was only running on 3 cylinders, but that thing run down the highway 85, 90 mile an hour anytime you wanted it to. Because I think somebody did some work to the engine, kind of souped it up a little bit, and I think what happened was they didn't, because you can see it was a new head gasket. I don't think they torqued them down right and it cracked the head, but it didn't crack it to where it was losing antifreeze. It cracked it, on a compression stroke. So it was getting a lot of blow by. So, but yeah, it was pretty cool. See what Lawnmower Man wrote? Yeah. Oops.
I was laughing out
loud. Oh man, Carol's truck just had parts put on it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, those Fords are crap.
No, I don't like a Ford. I started out.
That truck out there is crap. That's a Ford.
Fords are. I don't care what anybody says. Fords, I don't give a shit. They're junk. They are fucking junk.
They used to be really good. And
no, they were never really good.
Never really good.
No, I mean, try to change a transmission on 73 Mercury Montego. Okay, those 2 top bolts are almost impossible to get to. Yeah, you got to be a contortionist to get to them, and that's in the 70s. Come on, early 70s, where everything else was real easy to get to. Not on a fucking Ford. You work on a 73 Chevelle, everything's right there. You can get to it. Not on a damn Ford, especially 351 Cleveland engines. Everything just because they're big block, small block, really. I mean, but everything's so tight, and it's just hard to get to on everything. Just stuffed it down in there.
The oil's way in the back. I have to get a step stool so I can put oil in that friggin' thing. I never heard such a thing in my life. It definitely wasn't made for a woman.
In the back.
Yeah, in the back. It's behind. It's way in the back of the top. The
dipstick.
And the oil.
No, the oil's up front.
No, it's right beside each other. They're right beside. It says oil.
I put oil in that truck.
Yeah, I know.
I know where it goes.
I had a hard time getting.
I'm just wondering, did you have to use a funnel?
Well, I should have. Kind of dripped a little bit.
So I got some work to do on the Ford tomorrow.
She says she'll be buying another Chevy, no Ford, no Dodge.
Well, I like Dodges. I like Dodges and Chevy. Chevy's my favorite, but I do like Dodge. I've owned a lot of Dodges, especially the 318 motors. Man, them things you can't beat them.
Lawnmower Man said he needs to do a video on his to restore it.
Yeah. Do a series on that. That'd be cool. I'll watch them.
1996.
Yeah. When I was building derby cars, I used to get an old Chevy wagon or a Chevy 4-door from like a 68 to a 72, all steel, and I would put 318 engine transmission down in, because the 318, when they get hot, they'll still start, they'll still crank up and start if they stall out on you. To where like a Chevy or Ford, when they get hot, they don't want to start,
Yeah.
But in the 318s, they're pretty high torqued engines. They're high revving engines, and like I said, you can run them hot and they'll start up if they stall out. So, and that's when I started winning a lot of demolition derbies with them things, because I used the Chevy body with 318 engine transmission, and I'd hot block them. I wouldn't run a radiator because I knew them 318s you can run them hot, you know. Well, to a certain extent, of course, but so we would hot block them. So I'd fill the block up with water, and then I would take the 2 radiator hoses and put them together, block off the heater core. And so it's called hot blocking them. And that way I never had to worry about, I could hit with my front end or whatever. I didn't have to worry about anything. And I started winning a lot of derbies that way. Yeah, the Cobalts. Yeah, I like them little Chevy Cobalts. They're kind of like a throwaway, but they're decent cars. They get gas mileage, and they're pretty peppy. Them little Cobalts. Yeah, yeah. And they ride nice for a little car. Yeah, they're decent cars. Timing chains like to go out of them when they're over 70-some thousand miles. I had to put one in my X's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a video on it. So if you ever need to put a timing chain in, watch that video. So it's pretty easy, but it's dual overhead cam motor. So you just got to make sure you lock them cams so they don't turn when you put your timing chain back on. And it's fairly simple. Hey, thanks, Cam. Kim's on, hon. I've got 8 people watching, but I just want to do a quick thing because I promised you guys I'd let you know when I got back. So I'm back. I made those 2 videos today. I am getting your guys' comments, huh? Oh, I thought you said something. I am getting your guys' comments, but bear with me. I'll get to them. I promise. Okay, so just bear with me, and I'll respond to them. So. I am getting them though, and I am reading them. So, and thanks for all your comments. I will get to respond to them this weekend ish, first week right in there. So I'll get caught up on those. And also too, by the way, Dave, a lot of times what'll happen is when you start it up and like for the first 3 seconds, it kind of sounds like a diesel. A lot of times what causes them chains to go out too is the timing chain tensioner. You can change that without changing anything else, and it'll probably be okay. So if you get that sound when you first start it up, it just makes like a sounds like a diesel just for about 3 seconds and quiets down. You change that. It's right on the back side of the engine, like by the firewall end, and you unscrew it. And when you put the new one in, you screw the new one in, and you'll take like what I use is an Allen wrench, and I'll put that in there, and you tighten it down, and then pull that Allen wrench out, and it locks the chain back in so that it's a tensioner. So that's 90% of the time. So if you hear that, that's probably what you can get by with doing. But I went ahead and did this one. I just went ahead and did the whole thing because it started making a lot of racket. So I didn't know how much damage we had done running it like that. But when it started really acting up, we was out of town. So I had pretty much no choice but to drive. And then it just started making that noise all the time by the time we got back home. So I just went ahead and changed it all, which it turned out everything was decent shape. I could have got by with changing that, but I wasn't sure. But if I'd have done it when it first started doing that, I could have just got by with changing that tensioner. So keep that in mind too as well. Making a whining noise, she said.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird. New starter. New cable clamps.
He says, I'm nodding. Aren't you seeing this? But yeah, I understand. Get on it, though. Seems like I watched that video.
Yeah. I think I also did something. What the hell did I do on that car? Thought I did something else on that car. I can't even remember now. Maybe I didn't film it. I know I had the back seat out of it for some stupid reason. I'd have to